Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a commander deck tech on Skithiryx the Blight Dragon, or a lot of community call them Skittles. He is one of the most sweaty, competitive triad commanders. This is the kind of commander you pull out at your play group, at your shop, or tournaments if you really want to win. This is getting sweaty competitive. The dragon is 5 mana, he's a 4/4, flying, Infect being the big key word here, because who cares about life gain or other win conditions? If they have 10 poison counters, just period 10, they are dead. Very broken commander, people are still debating to this day, should it be 15 or 20 effect counters to kind of scale up for life. The dragon also says pay 1, give a haste, very broken on a black creature like this, and pay 2 regenerates, has a bit of protection built in, just an all round powerful triad commander. And the whole deck is built today on Infect and winning and killing as quick as we can. It is possible to get this commander out on turn 1 like just with a couple god hands, like turn 1, Swamp, Dark Ritual, Mana Crypt, you got 5 mana, drop your commander on turn 1. Your opponent's probably just going to go, land, go, and then you just start chunking into them, and the game's probably done at that point. One of your lieutenants in the deck, I guess, would be Skithiryx, son of Yawgmoth. The fact that we can pay 2 life instead of any black mana symbol at any cost is very broken. You can drop your dragon out quicker if you need to, pay for its abilities with life. Just be careful, don't kill yourself, because you will get very greedy, and there are a few other greedy cards in this deck, so you gotta manage your life. Okay, so big thing with the Blight Dragon is we'll try and one-shot opponents. You have to weigh up, do you want your dragon to come in and get pumped and try and one-shot him? Or do you think you can get a few hits in across a few turns to kill him that way? If we're going to go for the pump and dump theme, think like Health and Beyond, it's just an X buff spell. You got to get 7th edition with a black border, it looks amazing. Or Hatred, which is a card that's gone up so much value lately last week. It's gone up to like $50 on the reserve list. People are starting to realize how good a card is when you can pay life for resources. Hey, I've got a couple, I'm happy I got them way cheap. But my personal favourite with the Blight Dragon is Unspeakable Symbol, because it scales with your commander. You can get it out before you drop your dragon, so when your dragon is ready to go, you can pump it with life. Pay 3 life, chuck a counter on it. I'm going to pay 18 life all day long, give my dragon 6 counters, and hit for 10 at least. Other options are a lot of equipment. I've picked equipment where you can avoid the equip cost because you're sinking all your early mana into getting the dragon out with haste, hopefully. So the lash wires here, you've got the ability to pay 3 life or pay 4 life. One comes in with Living Weapon, which is nice, but they give your creature buff equal number of swamps you control. Hero's Blade, auto attaches to a legendary creature, your dragon. Or War Gear, it can equip to any creature for 0, but if it's unequipped, the creature gets killed. That's pretty good for Infectors actually, you can just put it onto any of your key Infectors, and it just makes such a big genuine threat for your opponent to deal with. Now to try and get our commander out there nice and quick and just dump him out, Cabal Ritual, Dark Ritual, both give you more mana back for what you spend. Bubbling Muck can be an interesting one. If you play this, let's say turn 3 from a mana rock, but you still got 3 swamps up, commander's out on turn 3 with haste, but simply just Bubbling Muck. Or if you're doing nothing at all, you just play 4 swamps, turn 4, 1 swamp to play Bubbling Muck, the other 3 now produce 6 mana total. So it's just a nice easy way to get out without going too broken. Now cards I hate putting in decks like this, but they do break the commander. Mana Crypt and Mana Vault, some of the best fast mana in commander, just period. Helps you get your commander out way earlier, like we're talking turn 1, 2, and 3, stupid stuff there. Soul Ring and Lotus Petal again very fast mana. I personally like keeping Lotus Petal for the haste effect on the dragon, so you can get him out there, drill effect you need to. Just sack the Lotus Petal, your dragon's got haste now. Okay, the other Infectors in the deck. Hand of the Praetor is the Lord effect for all Infectors, gives all other creatures with effect 1/1. But whenever you cast a creature spell with effect, target player gets a poison counter. Helps us to reach over the table and slap them for 10% of their loss every time. Of course, they've got the reprinted Blightsteel Colossus. With your fast mana and like mana duplication, you can get him out quicker than you think. It's a one-shot kill if it touches him. It's a pretty nutty card, but 12 mana, it's pretty big. Phyrexian Crusader. Infect, First Strike, Pro Red and White. That's a pretty strong creature for 3 mana and it's a 2/2. It's a really good candidate for a lot of your buff spells that you could use on the Blight Dragon. It can be a genuine threat for your opponent to deal with. And sometimes that Pro White really can save its bacon. Other options are I Call Rats. In this battlefield, everyone gets a poison counter. Get your opponent started so you can start proliferating them from across the board if you need to. Plague Stinner and the Spectre are flying Infectors, which do not underestimate. Sometimes that little bit of evasion is enough to get in there. Plus the Spectre eventually can sack it and make them discard their whole hand, basically equal to the number of effect counters they got. And the Reaper of Sheldred is an amazing blocker, not an attacker. It's a big fat 2/5, keep it on your line, blocking up silly little weenies and creatures, and then your opponent starts getting effect counters engaging into it. We've even got little Plague Me here. He's just a little 2 mana dork, but it has Infect. It could be an option to get through if we need to. Caress of Phyrexia can go either way. 5 mana, you're going to make someone draw 3 cards, lose 3 life, and get 3 poison counters. If you need to draw cards, do it on yourself, you're not going to kill yourself. But if your opponent's within kill shot range, it could be the option. Snake Cult Initiate, this is a really cool card, and I didn't even know about it until I was really digging into the deck. Enchanted creature has Poisonous 3, which was from Future Sight, and it was meant to be an indication of an effect system, pretty much. But it does do poison counters to a player, and they do stack with Infect. So let's say you give this to your Blight Dragon, so your Blight Dragon hits for 4, they get 4 Infect counters or 4 poison counters on the player. But because they did do the damage to the Poisonous triggers, and they get 3 more poison counters, which are the same type. It's a very strong enchantment, put on any of your effectors and you'll do well. Protecting your dragon is key because we're a very fast aggressive deck, we don't want him to die to early removal. So things like Lightning Greaves and Swift Boots are wonderful, put them in all my commander decks. You gotta think as well, instead of paying the dragons 1 black mana for haste, you could either pay nothing or 1 to equip these 2 boots and get the haste and protection. It's a worthy trade. Champion's Helm gives them a good buff, and Hexproof it's legendary for 1 equip cost. It's your commander, so it's gonna meet the requirement. Now here's some really good jank that catches people out. Things like Supernatural Stamina, Unlikely Aid, Rush of Vitality, and Unnatural Endurance, all very cheap instances that buff our commander a little bit, not much, but they either return to the battlefield after it dies, gives it indestructible, regenerates it. Just really annoying little saving effects for your dragon. Can catch people out so hard. They think, alright, I'm going to spend 4 mana board wipe, get rid of the dragon, I get to live a turn. And you're like, hold on there son, 1 mana, regenerate. It can be very strong effects. They do come in handy. The jank, 15% commons, but they do help. Okay, onto supporting themes, kind of just a bit of a mixed bag here. We do run Filth, if it's in your graveyard, all your creatures get Swamp Walk. We do run the Urbolg, Tomb of Yawgmoth in our land, so all lands in the board are swamp, so basically the whole team cannot be blocked. Love it. We run Necroskitter, which basically means any of our infectors that kill creatures in combat, we get to steal, because if any creature died with a neg counter on it, we can take it onto our board. Whip of Erebos, you can regenerate things from the graveyard, which is nice, but I'm not gonna lie, it's here for the lifelink, because our deck gets very greedy with the amount of life we're paying, so getting a little bit of it back never hurts, and the same idea with Shadow Spear. It gives your creature 1/1, trample and lifelink. Good on the dragon, the trample does help a little bit, but the lifelink, I'm trying to recoup some of the life you spent, but it also gives you the ability to rip hexproof off your opponent's stuff and indestructible, which can come in handy. Onto some more random ones, Reanimate, I love this card. I legit watched a guy on his first turn go, turn 1, nothing, draw card, end turn, discard Phyrexian Obliterator, turn 2, reanimates Phyrexian Obliterator, and you're just like, oh lord. Sadistic Sacrament, a card I actually really want to try a lot more on Commander. At 3 mana, you search the library for 3 cards, just get rid of them. If you kick it for 7 more, so 10, search the library for 15 cards, remove them. If you're removing 15% of anyone's Commander deck, you can remove the entire game plan and their win strat, just gone. We've got the Plague here. I'm actually getting more into this card if you don't run token decks. Just 3 mana, just nuke all tokens forever at neg 2, neg 2. Perfectly fine in this deck. My play group runs quite a lot of tokens. If you don't, throw it out. Phyrexian Obliterator, like I said, for the reanimate can be pretty spicy, but it's just a good card. There's nothing wrong with this. It might not win through Infect, but the amount of pressure it puts on the board and the fear, it's well worth it. We have 2 tutors. Demonic Tutors reprint in Mystery Boot has helped a little bit, and the new Grim Tutor. I like them just because they're a bit cheaper. I don't want to go for the 4 or 5 mana tutors. I'm trying to keep this deck quick as we can. Draw, Phyrexian Arena, and Necropotence. Good draws don't work together really because Necropotence negates your draw. With Necropotence, just pay that life, keep getting all those cards. Again, remember, don't get too greedy, do not kill yourself, hence why we're trying to get a little bit of lifelink into the deck. Knight's Whisper and Sign in Blood, both 2 mana, draw 2 cards with 2 life, similar effects. We've got a couple walkers here. Ugin, he can actually take control of the game in this deck very easy because of our fast mana. We can get him out, kind of like your commander, way earlier than you should. We're talking like turn 4, 5, 6. Get him out, start +2 on him, just bolting any threat down. He can just take over. Or you can neg him and destroy all colored permanents below your commander, just leaving your commander out and letting your dragon just do work. Does a lot for this deck. Lily, she's here mainly for fetching swamps out of our deck because it never hurts, and she can buff our dragon through swamp level or neg a creature based on our swamp level, so she does come in quite a bit of handy here. Killing It Dead, Phyrexian Scriptures is, I love this saga so much. Enters the battlefield, give a creature a counter, it's now an artifact. Next saga, destroy all known artifacts, and next saga, exile your opponent's graveyard. It literally buffs your commander, destroys everything but your commander, and away you go. Love it. Crux of Fate is a board wipe made for your commander. You get to pick either destroy dragons or destroy non-dragons. Keep your commander, destroy everything else. Damnation does kill your commander because it has the ability to stop regen, but it is handy to have. It's a cheap, effective board wipe. I mean cheap in the mana cost, not the price. Single target removal. I've tried to go with things that are unpredictable or alternate cost. Snuff Out, 4 mana, reckon non-black creature, average, but you can pay 4 life if you have the swamp, easy. Force of Despair, you can ditch black card from your hand to not pay the cost. Deadly Rollick, if your commander's out, don't have to pay the cost. I love these freebie removal spells. Your opponent doesn't see them coming. Withering Boon, pay 3 life, counter target creature spell at 2 mana, black counter spell, aka get the commander. It's just counter commander spell. It's really fun, people don't see it coming. And more direct ones, Hero's Downfall, just a really good removal. It's proved its worth every time. Go for the Throat is really cheap and valuable. A card I want to try more is the Wound. Little black, 1 mana instant, put a neg counter on a creature, but when it dies this turn or goes to the graveyard, the controller gets a poison counter. Either use it to just shoot a weenie dead, or stack it onto a creature you're trying to kill in combat, and just get a little bit extra poison through to get them started. Mana Rock's nice and quick. Devotion is a good thing in mono black decks, but we don't care about like Gary and that, we're just doing the mana ramp. So Lotus and the Ultra Pantheon, increase our Devotion, give us good mana back for it. Jet Medallion is just a reduction in the entire deck's cost, you're crazy not to run it. Cheaper ones like Mind Stone, 2 mana rock, easy, withdraw late game if you need it. Charcoal Diamond gives us our black mana, which does come in handy for our commander's effects. Great before you drop your commander, only at 2 mana. And Thran Dynamo for some quick, dumb, easy mana. Onto the lands, getting near the end. Like I mentioned earlier, we do run Tomb of Yawgmoth, makes every land on the table a swamp. And if you're running that, you should definitely run Cabal Coffers. Please reprint that stupid land already, and Cabal Stronghold, which really give us a lot of mana back for a number of swamps we control. Then we've got the Shrine to Nyx, which is just a fast land that ramps based on your devotion to whatever color you pick, which in our case will be black, really good. Ancient Tomb, kind of expensive, but a land that can give you 2 mana just for no downside. What's 2 life in Commander? Nothing. And Lake of the Dead, a card I like to play with, but again, you can cut it, it is on the reserve list, kind of hard to get. You can sack a swamp to get 4 mana back. God, it's quick. Some more key pieces, Inkmoth Nexus, it's a land that can turn into creature with effect, which you can buff and get through if you need to, very powerful. Maze of Ith, we're not a heavy creature deck, like we don't have tons of tokens and tons of weenies clogging up the board. So having a land that can take care of a couple creatures we don't want to deal with never hurts. Death Storehouse gives a target legendary fear, might as well make our commander nearly unblockable because most things are going to deal with that. And Rogue's Passage 2 can make a creature unblockable, just getting our commander through. Random things just for supporting. Homeward Path, return things back to the controllers, stop sealing my shit please. Command Beacon lets us avoid 1 command attacks. Cathedral War, if it's just our dragon attacking early, does get a little bit of a buff. Khan's Bastion offers Proliferate in a land slot. Use it to proliferate Infect or neg counters on the board to increase your worth. And Bojuka Bog just nuke someone's graveyard from orbit. And we're ending up with just 20 basic swamps. I've gone with the Phyrexian one from Jumpstart. Look, you don't have to. The price of these are stupid for what they are. But look on the artwork. I think that's Phyrexian Believer like just chilling on island. Okay, so that's my commander deck tech for the Blight Dragon. Kind of an expensive deck. I don't like doing it because they're not that realistic for everyone, but it is a very fun commander. Well, it's fun for you, everyone else I hate it. Infect is a horrible thing in Commander. You don't make friends with Infect. Like I said, in future I don't like doing decks that are $500 to $1,000 because it's not realistic for most players. But God, it's good. Alright, so let me know your thoughts. How do you like to play this deck? A few people do it differently. Some people do Voltron, some people just do Infect Tribal. I've kind of done a little bit of everything. I'm trying to kill them quick as I can with side themes. So yeah, let me know your thoughts guys and have a good one. Ta-ta. Thank you for watching the video guys. If you enjoyed that, give it a like, helps out the channel a lot. And please consider subbing, about 10% of the viewers are subbed to the channel. To my patrons, I can't thank you guys enough for your direct support. It does mean a lot when the world's in the current state it is.